Good evening. I'm Helene Pletzkow of Facebook, and I'm here to talk about Twisted Pair. So I just saw Twisted Pair at the Seattle Egyptian Theater, and with a packed house of, well, it was kind of two-thirds packed, a house of screaming idiots. We all just loved this movie. It was Neil's Breeniest feature yet. I mean, I don't know how you can combine all of his past movies into one single movie and have it be like this. It's pretty amazing. So, you can gather a lot from the trailer. There's twin boys, Cade and Cale. They start out eating hot dogs together in some stock footage. It's adorable. And then they end up getting kind of in a blip abducted by a power that's basically like a mask that has twinkly eyes. And so they go off and are trained in the ways of serving humanity, to serve mankind. And so one of them, which is Cade, is really good at it, I guess, and super nice and helps everybody out. And then Cale is the bad one, and I guess he gets all kind of murdery or something, and he just doesn't do it the right way. He's not helping humanity in the right way. So there's that. And somehow this is completely, basically almost unrelated to the plot. This is a thing that exists. Occasionally you see Neil Breen, and then you see bearded Neil Breen. 6 one way, half dozen the other, basically. So, Cade and Cale are in a combination of, I think, Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. Looks like they spend most of this time on a community college campus. So, basically, our locations are the community college campus in Henderson and Neil Breen's house, which, of course, we are all well familiar with. And you'll be probably pleased or grossed out to know that his house is still fucking filthy. Neil Breen, clean your damn house. Seriously. Anyway, so Neil Breen is running around the community college, and he's being, of course, he's an AI from the future. This is all explained in the trailer. He has limitless powers. There's a great stock footage scene where there's some robots that are transferring brains, and it's sort of ghosted over Neil Breen's head to sort of indicate that he's got a brain being implanted. And yeah, so he's a secret agent, like you do, as usual in a Neil Breen film. He's been augmented in so many ways. Can't even count them. And he has a girlfriend who I couldn't tell if she was a secret agent or not. It's not really elaborated upon, but she has giant fucking cans. I was like, God damn, Neil Breen, you crazy. But anyway, I don't want to get into spoilers about her, because it's on again, off. I don't know what the hell is happening with her. But she's there, and she's got real big boobs. So there's some ancillary characters. There's a couple of, there's 3 businessmen, which you'll be pleased to know are all corrupt as hell. They talk about everything that they do. Of course, they full disclosure, they say everything they do. They embezzle, and they're cheating the man, and they're stealing from this, and they're taking that, and they're dealing drugs, and it's the same old Neil Breen thing that we all know and love. Yeah, he kidnaps them and hangs them up in a room with plastic, and kind of chains them up a little bit, and keeps shooting them, but they don't get any wounds. He shoots him in the shoulder, and then he, of course, as you see in the trailer, he shoots a couple in the dick. So there's a couple guys that have, their dicks shot off, but you don't see any blood or anything. This is actually the least bloody, I would say, Neil Breen film yet. So he's got those 3 guys. The mustaches in this movie are hideous. Oh my god, Neil Breen, the fucking mustaches. What the fuck, dude? I mean, they look like they're made out of snot. And one of the bankers that he hangs up in the torture room has this snotty mustache, and I swear it just looks like it's rotting it's the most disgusting thing in the movie, honestly. But yeah, it looks like he got him out of a 25-cent mustache machine. I don't know. So what else? He has, this is actually interesting, because this is the first movie where Neil Breen swears And I was a little bit shocked by that. It was kind of like watching your grandpa swear if you have like a nice, polite grandpa. And Neil Breen is looking really grandfatherly these days. You know, God bless him for keeping on and, you know, getting the hair plugs and whatever it is he does. But he's, you know, he's looking a little grandpa-y. But yeah, he swears in this one, which I'm a little shocked by. And has a sort of sadomasochistic relationship with his big-canned girlfriend. It's really weird. It was probably one of the most hilarious scenes in the movie, actually. So, what else? Yeah, so things kind of go on. Basically, the movie, I'd say 70% of the movie is Neil Breen saying how much he misses his brother. That happens probably 10 times throughout this whole movie. It's total filler. And then his brother misses him. And his brother is like a drug addict, and he has a druggy girlfriend, and, you know, they're, yeah. It's more sort of fateful findings kind of drug stuff. Yeah. So, other than that, just kind of goes on. There's a weird guy who's villain, who's kind of like part entity, part fabulous gay hairdresser. But he's got his voice like modulated so that it sounds like rah, 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 rah. I don't know what the hell that's about. It's really strange. And I totally could not understand what he was saying. But there is a fantastic scene where he's sitting there and he's got a scarf on, and the scarf keeps changing colors. So I guess we're meant to believe that, like, he's got some kind of power over his scarf. He can shape-shift his scarf. He also has a fairy. So that's really going to be exciting for you people to see on DVD is the evil villain's fairy Tinkerbell person. It's got a sweet screening room, too. I mean, I don't know if this is Neil's house, but Neil's got a kind of a fat house if we haven't seen much of it. The walls are all scuffed up and the baseboards are filthy, but, you know, that's Neil. Anyway, I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, it's kind of back and forth, and there's a lot of repeated shots, I noticed, in this one, where I think he just thinks we're not going to notice. There's, like, the same scene of him, like, walking, and we get to see it kind of, like, 3 or 4 times. And the scenes with him jumping that we saw in the trailer, we see that over and over and over and over. Lots of Neil Breen, Spider-Manning, you know, here and there. Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of it. But, I mean, just typical Neil Breen dialogue, typical Neil Breen awkward pauses, you know, actors that aren't actors, that he just kind of got that were kind of on the street, I guess, brought them in. Yeah, so I think y'all are going to really like it when you see it. I definitely want to get a DVD of it and rewatch it. I will say I think that Neil Breen kind of needs the desert to be in his movies, because this movie, as entertaining as it was, I feel like the desert scenes when he films in the desert, it like kind of grounds him a little bit in a weird way. So I'm kind of looking forward to him maybe getting back out to the desert with Kate and Kale. And I guess they're coming back for another movie, so we'll see where that goes. Anyway, so this is Helene, and I want to say thanks for watching. This is the first time I've ever made a review in an Airbnb. So, happy breening.